headphones. Yeah, good call.
I can hear you guys so much better. Oh, let's go into YouTube and mute it. Mute. Thank you.
Welcome. What's up, everybody?
Hello.
How's it going, YouTube world and all of our friends on here? So,
Hey.
I'm Nick. This is
I'm
Kelly. And that is Mr. Dwayne Omeboy down there. So,
Hi.
welcome
Hi.
everybody to another episode of Rescued Reviews.
You
So,
always say that like it's like this big thing. We're like, welcome to Rescue Reviews.
it's as big as you want to make it, though. That's the thing. It's
Yeah.
YouTube.
It's as big as, it's whatever's inside our head. That's how big it is. That's how big it's going to be.
And maybe I don't have a big head, but all the ideas in here are retardedly large.
They're all mine.
Yeah, most of them are all your ideas. Like, so I sent you a picture, Dwayne, earlier, or I sent you 3 pictures. The steps that Kelly was talking about. The first one was the concrete before.
Let me pull them up.
And then there's the wooden steps that I built afterwards, which is only just a partial of them. And then there's the picture of one of the beds that the dog ate.
Oh my God. Dude, that's like a highway of steps to get to your house.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Well, our neighbors complained that they weren't very safe originally with the concrete, so Nick made them extra safe. So each step has 3 LED lights in it.
Yeah, I see that. You can see that from space.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow. Your first set of steps that you had where you're jackhammering them, very European. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like European kind of.
The way it sways.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, I mean, like I said, they complained because they weren't very safe. So Nick made them very safe, and that neighbor moved because we lit up her living room every time it got dark.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Because it's like, the steps had nothing to do with her. I'm petty and I'm vindictive, and I'll be the first to admit that. And I usually can control my temper, but she literally had the Weirton board of the code enforcement, who knows me, come to the house, and I wasn't home.
I got a ticket that day.
Kelly has an anger issue, and she decided to slam our screen door, and the guy thought it was a gunshot. And so had the cops come to the house to give Kelly a ticket for, varnishing or brandishing a weapon towards them.
Didn't know I was on YouTube with a badass, with a straight G gangster.
Oh, Kelly is. Oh, yeah.
Should pull out the strap on me right now.
Listen, I'm the nicest person you ever meet until you piss me off, and then I will make sure that you suffer for the rest of your life. I will make it my mission in life to every once in a while just pop up like herpes and be like, hey, remember that time you made me mad? I do. Yeah.
I'm vindictive too, like no other. I'm like, I'll carry that shit for years. I'll wait years for my revenge. Like I'm very patient individual.
Oh, same.
You know? Yeah.
So same.
Let me pop out this chat here real quick.
Yeah.
Well,
ooh, there we go. What's up, chatsters? What's up, everybody in the chat?
So, like always, we'll start off with the vaping buffet. What everybody's vaping on today. So, Dwayne, you are the guest. You go first, bud.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. We got that Squid Industries Limited. I believe it's a limited double barrel. My very first one. Slept on this thing. I should have got one sooner. And then, dang RDA. And then Rocket Blast. Can't get enough of that. That's it. That's all I've been vaping on today. I got my pod in the car, but, that's car life. Whenever I drive, I do the little pod pulls,
Yeah, can't have the VG on the windows.
Yeah, I got the pod. But see, when I use a pod, I'm a girl and I have dainty hands, so it doesn't look as weird as like Nick when he has big giant man hands and he holds this pod and it's like gone. It
disappears. It's like this. It's just gone. He's like that.
Yeah, I have big hands. What about you, love? What you got?
Well, I have my usual all day, every day. Got my own boy rage with Dead Rabbit. And
You got fantastic taste. Let's just throw that out there.
I love it. It's matchy. Nick made my tip for me. You know, when Gatorboard came to visit, Nick got on the lathe and made me a tip. So it's a one of a kind Nick tip.
Nice.
And then I got my Vengeance in there because I always have my good boy. And then I got my beautiful Purge Viper. I don't know why I love this thing, but I do. And it's got the mistletoe tip from Jess DHD. And inside of that, I haven't had this flavor for like a year, and we found it, and it's still amazing. I got that Anarchist Red.
That's so cool. That's so cool that you actually like Anarchist Red.
That's like my all day.
That was the evolution of Dynamite Juice Spews. And then when we came out with the Anarchist, I was like, it's so good. I can't not have that on the line. And so we remade that into a 730, and it was never the same as the 6040, the OG, but it's still amazing. Can't even tell you how much of that I vaped and Twisted Messes have vaped.
Like, it's just so good. It reminds me of those little strawberry candies that I used to steal out of my grandma's purse.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What you got, Nick?
I got, not the new, but new for me, Doom from Immortal, Doom Nyman. And on top of that, you got to have the dang. The dang.
Dang gang.
Dang gang.
Well, we got the dang gang going on today because I got 2 of them.
Oh, dude. Jesus.
Yeah.
Show me that other one real quick. What is that on? That looks...
That's on the grip.
Okay, yeah. It almost looked like an RTA for a second. It's like, did China make an RTA before us?
We got to pick up the knockoffs real fast, and have them sent over. See, what you're missing out.
They had the recoil, the OG recoil when Nick and I did it. China released the V2 for us.
Well, there you go.
There was never a V2. Those fucking assholes did it before us.
Well, I mean,
gotta love China.
Now you can come out with the V3 and perfect all the things that they screwed up on.
Yeah, exactly. We do need a V2 for the OG though, sometime soon.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Yeah.
Well, in the first dang, I have the Snickerdoodle custard, the one that everybody's known about, and we haven't released. We'll be releasing that. Do we tell them when?
If you want to, I'm okay with it.
St. Patrick's Day, March 17th.
That's also this Nick's birthday, so.
Yeah.
Good luck. Something's going to happen and you're not going to get to release it on your birthday. I just want to let you know. We tried to release the dang on my birthday. It was put off for like 2 months. We had everything set up for the release on my birthday.
Oh, see, that's what happened with Mika. We were going to release Mika at the beginning of winter, and one thing led to another between labels or between the co-packer, and it ended up coming out beginning of January.
Yeah.
See, that's why I no longer set expectations. I'm just like, when it happens, it's going to happen. That's it.
We're hoping to have it ready for NVE because Nick is going to NVE.
And you.
Well, I was getting there. We rearranged things so that way I can go to NVE.
You guys got a booth?
We do.
Yep.
Was it expensive, if you don't mind me asking?
Well,
like, you don't have to tell me dollar amounts. You can just, tell me like, on the $1,000 range or on the way more than $1,000 range.
The $1,000 range plus half.
Okay, all right. Well, that's not bad.
No, I mean it's a standard booth price, give or take a couple $100.
And if you pick up like 3 or 4 wholesale customers, then it pays for the whole thing. Like, if you don't sell a ton at the show. I mean, I'm sure you guys will because it's fucking really good juice. But if you can pull a couple wholesale customers, it takes a couple weeks, but it's totally worth it.
Yeah, we've been lucky in the past that the regular retail customers pretty much can cover the cost of like the hotel and just dicking around there.
Yeah.
And then the wholesales always come through at the end. We usually seem to land about 2 to 3 wholesales, and it's always the very last day.
Yeah, perfect. Yep. Yeah, that's it. That's what I shoot for whenever we do a show. If I get a couple wholesales, then it paid for the show. We get to hang out with everybody, have fun, it's a win-win. But when you do the shows and you get no wholesales and no sales, oh
Yeah.
Honestly, I just go because I love the industry and I want to say hi to my friends. Like
the Mohegan Sun, like I'm really bummed about not going because the Mohegan Sun was Kent and I pulled up in his rental car to the valet and we got out and the dude that's valeting had a rage. He's like, "Oh boy, dude, look what I got. I got your," and I was just like, okay, this is the fucking coolest place in the world. Valet driver owns a fucking rage. Like everybody around there vapes. Like that's like a really good community around that area. So I'm a little bummed that once they flipped it to CBD, I was just like, I can't do it. Can't risk it. I can't risk it,
But see, we were at the same point too, and then with talking with a whole bunch of the vendors that went to the Atlanta show. Did you go to that? See, the Atlanta show, the guys that went for just the vape side of it said that it was a handful of vape guys that went and they cleaned house.
Oh, really? Because there's a lot of vapors that win.
Yeah, well, a lot of people looking for CBD stuff and also vape stuff.
Yeah, because a lot of the shops that are carrying the CBD are also vape shops, so they want to pick up lines also.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like, well, screw it.
Yeah, I had the opposite experience. They had a CBD vape show here in Las Vegas probably 3 months ago. Kent flew out for it, and we went to it, and that was like 1% vapors, 99% just CBD, weed, whatever. It was a horrible show. If we would have had to pay any money for the booth or anything, we would have lost our ass. So. Yeah, got to be cautious these days, Exactly. It's not like the good old days. But
I mean, I'm faithful that it will come back to the good old days.
It will.
No way to guarantee that, but I got the faith that it will.
It will because we want it.
Yeah, I mean, there's enough good people in the industry, and there's enough of us that enjoy the hobbyist side to where it's going to bounce back. It's just. Like we were really, really pushing. That's why we did another RDA at the worst time possible. Coil Turd released an RDA. Kent released an RDA. Like we were just trying to push. Like even though everybody's going to pods, we're still going to cater design for, our people in the industry. And we knew straight up the sales ain't going to be, we released on the worst week ever. We released the dang right after Trump's announcement, and Doomsday pretty much, and we still released it. We were sitting there thinking we could just hold off a couple months on the release, and I was like, nah, we need to do it. We need to give people something cool to look forward to, something to get in the industry while all this shit's going down, regardless of sales, so we still did it. We still released it. Everybody did,
Yeah, and it's a damn good RDA. It really is. And the innovative way that you have to where the coils can go in with the clamps, the single screw, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say I haven't got to play with one yet because Nick is hogging them.
2 of them, apparently. 2. He's double fisting those things. That's cool. You just wait till he goes to sleep.
That's okay. I really love what I have anyway, so I can't be too greedy.
We had to sorry to cut you off. We had to build all those OG recoils, right? We did those limited runs. I went down to Nick's house. Kent flew out. We all just had a build session. And I've been doing preloaded dangs on the website. So I've been building them and it's just so quick. You're just boom, drop the coils in, put the dowel up there, tighten it, other side coil dowel. I don't even measure the leads. I just snip them. I'm like, oh, that's long enough. Drop them in. And then we had to rebuild a real RDA, like the recoil where you got a center post build, you got to do the offset, push it in, get the coils over. Oh, I was not ready for that. I got my ass kicked on the first 10 that we did. I was just and Nick went live on his Patreon. So his Patreons.
We got in there and we're watching laughing.
Just laughing at us what a bunch of fucking rookies up in here trying to build for the first time.
That day it was funny. We were watching and all of a sudden everyone's we're vaping rescued. And I think everyone at the table had something rescued.
Yeah.
It was pretty awesome. I was like, aw.
Yeah.
That's really like a group of people that I admire. I want to be like are vaping my stuff. Like that was like super awesome.
You already like us. You're a good person. That's all there is. That's all there is to be. That's all you got to do. Just be good.
My head
Just
got
be
bigger.
Good. Just
my
be
head
good.
got really big. My hair's
and apparently be super into Star Wars. You know, like Nick. I don't get it. I don't get the Star Wars, and I don't get the Disneyland. Nick is.
See, I like Star Wars. Kelly likes Star Wars, but nowhere near like Nick.
No, Nick is, dude. Him, Star Wars and Disneyland, dude. Those are his two things. I get that. I've seen the insight to Disneyland, so I understand why Nick is such a, because that was like a thing, a bond between him and his brother and his dad. And that was always like their thing, was to go to Disneyland. And his dad just always just take him to Disneyland. So I give him a pass on the Disneyland. Like I can't really make fun of him too hard because I know it's like a family, something I've never experienced. I've never had that family bond of like, you know, everybody loading up, we're going to go to this place. But Star Wars is fucking free game, dude. Game on that one. That was his personal choice. I can't watch it. I tried. And I'm like, no.
I could never do all of them back to back.
See, I'm like, hey, I saw that one. Yeah. And we're good. I don't need to watch it again. I saw it.
And if you guys are Star Wars fans, you're in a safe place. You can admit it. It's okay. I won't make fun of you too much.
Well, actually,
hiding her Star Wars poster. She's like, no, boy.
Well, Stan said Star Trek is greater than Star Wars.
It is. I mean, that is literally why we have the dog named Vulcan and the Starbucks Kiwi called Vulcan. Star Trek is better than Star Wars. I grew up, that's probably the only good memory I really have with my dad, that we used to sit down and watch an episode of Star Trek every night, or once a week, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I named him Vulcan.
Oh, see?
And he has the big-ass ears, too.
That's amazing that you guys have, like, there's meaning behind it. There's thought put into it, you know?
I give Kelly credit for that. Because she's like, name him Vulcan. Because we love V names. Name him Vulcan. And I was like, yeah, but that's kind of a weird name for a dog. She's like, it's your dog. Name him Vulcan. I was like, okay.
My cat's name is Kitten. So, I mean, it can't get any more cliche than that, you know? Like, legitimately. I didn't name the cat, though. We got the cat. The cat was already named Kitten. Just going on record, okay? I'd call it shitbag or something. Dickhead.
Right? Fucker.
Yeah, a little shit. That dude, all that cat does is use me for treats. That cat will legitimately, when you're walking through the house, it'll walk in front of you and try to cut you off, keep cutting you off towards the treats. I can't walk through this house without the cat.
That's this little guy right here.
My trash panda.
Yeah.
Loves the treats, huh?
Yeah. I call him our little clusterfuck.
What treats do you guys like giving your dogs? What are good, healthy options?
Well, there's a whole bunch of different ones. When Ben was around, Ben passed, but when Ben was around and he was having his bad days, we did a lot of the Pinnacle CBD treats for him, and it helped him. Now, what are the little square ones that we get?
Compressed meat.
Okay.
Is it legitimately compressed meat?
Yes, it's basically disintegrated, dehydrated meat that's pressed into little squares.
And that's okay for larger breeds?
Yeah.
What do you give the larger breeds? Like a couple of them? 2, 3 of them?
Just do one at a time.
Just one at a time?
As many as we feel like, because it's just meat. It's basically dog jerky.
Yeah, my dog would look at me disappointed if he only got one. Just look at me like,
we're out of them, or I'd show you what they look like.
Oh, yeah. We need something healthier because my little dog has some digestion issues or something like that. So we're not even supposed to give the little dog treats. It was like the dog was like peeing blood. We had to take her to the vet, and then they were like, "Yeah, this is all around diet. You have to change the dog's diet." And da da da. So we did. We flipped the diet on it, and it sucks to do because the little dog like wants to go over to the big dog's bowl and eat the big dog's food. You know, and it's like, no, that's not for you. And then when it's treats, you're not supposed to give them treats. So we had to cut off the treats for like 2 months. No. And dude, you feel like we would have to like sneak treats in for the other dog. Like you'd be walking around the house and then the dogs would hear the bag open and just come running. And you're like, well, put it away. That's not going to happen. You feel like a dick, you know?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like with Velez, the little trash panda, he is allergic to poultry.
Yes.
Mm.
So we
Mm.
found that out the hard way because he just wouldn't stop digging and he was creating all sorts of sores. So
Mm-hmm.
we had to change his diet completely. And poultry free food
Good
is
luck finding that.
ridiculously expensive. Like a small 20-pound bag is like $45. And so it's
Put,
like, all right, so he gets it fed separately. And it's like, you're trying to feed all 5 dogs. At that time, 6 dogs.
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. Yeah, it's really hard to cut one off and be like, I know this tastes like shit, but you gotta eat it, dog. Like that's what you're thinking. That's what I know. I'm like, I'm so sorry. I feel so bad, but you have to eat this. And the dogs don't understand. They just look at you like you're being a jerk.
Like, dick.
Yeah, you're such a dick. Just give me some treats. Come on.
Well, who's ready to go to the critter corner?
So I'm down.
Okay, let's go to the critter corner and talk about cats. Because I never talk about cats, but why not? Because we haven't done it before. So, I love dogs probably way more than any human being should. And my little sister loves cats just as much as I love dogs.
Crazy cat lady, by the way, everybody.
Yes. So I said, hey, sis, give me some pointers about cats because, you know, we talk about dogs all the time. We rarely talk about cats. So the biggest thing, she gave me like this book of things to tell you guys. So I have a few of them that I'm going to bring up and mention to you guys because it's important that you know this. Scratching posts and cat trees are a must. Do not declaw your cat. Learn how to trim their toenails just like you do your own. Cats don't digest all their food. Sometimes they puke. It's perfectly normal. Don't freak out. You know, catnip can help them stop puking. And the biggest thing she said is remember that cats get bored and keep them entertained, and you will have a happy cat. But one of the other things she told me is remember that there are some things that you have in your house that are deadly to your cat. So if you use peppermint oil, if you use certain cleaning products, make sure they are cat safe or you could end up killing your cat.
And some plants too, like
Some plants.
poinsettias. Poinsettias are
Yes.
extremely dangerous for dogs and cats if they eat the leaves.
So around the holiday times, make sure that you're being smart about what you bring into your house because you don't want to kill your cat. And if you have a dog and a cat, one thing that you may not know is there are types of flea medicines that you can put on your dog that won't hurt your dog, but if your cat gets near it, it will kill your cat. So anything with permethrin, I believe that's how you say it, that stuff will kill your cat. So keep that in mind. There you have it. That's what I know about cats. So with that being said, we were talking about cats. When we do our shows, we like to bring up a cat or a shelter that's in the area of our guest. And Dwayne's in Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a hold of the Nevada Humane Society, and we have 3 beautiful cats. They're black cats, and black cats are harder to adopt because they are black, and people are superstitious. So we have 3 cats. Yeah, it's weird. People don't want to adopt them because they think they're bad luck.
I feel like that's racist. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like. You guys are racist. A bunch of racist people out here with white cats. What's up with that?
So we have 3 cats. The pictures are out of order, but that's okay.
It's a random shuffle. I can't help that.
Okay. So the third picture you saw is Marisa. She's a domestic short hair. She's 2 years old. She likes kids. She doesn't like crazy kids though. So she wants a calm family, preferably like an older family, dogs that are calm. The cat behind the glass, his name is Sammy. He is 4 years old. He has a bit of an attitude, but it's more of he just wants to be left alone. So he's looking for a home that basically wants him, but doesn't care if he's doing cat things in a way. You know, someone that's not going to overwhelm him. Mm-hmm. He likes to look out the windows and stuff like that. And then the last cat looks like he's in a box, kind of gray looking. He's a long hair domestic cat, and he is 6 years old. His name is Dirty Harry.
Well,
And he is very shy, but once he gets to know you, he'll be your best friend. So if you are in Carson City area, these 3 wonderful cats are available for adoption right now. You just go in, let them know that you saw them on the show, and they'll let you visit them, and maybe you can take them home.
yeah, get you a cat. So cat. I want the independent cat though. That's my kind of cat. I want the cat that just does its own thing, come up, say what's up,
Yeah.
and then
Leaves you
out of here. Yeah, doesn't corral you to the treats every time you try to walk through the house. Oh, dickhead. The cat's bringing in rabbits now. Did I tell you that?
Yeah,
Rabbits.
you were telling me that on the phone the other night.
Well, he's trying to feed you.
Hey, I'm good. I'm good, guy.
So like
I got you.
You remember the old saying when a cat would bring you a rat, they're trying to like make you proud of them.
Uh-huh.
It's actually when they bring you something like that, they're thinking that you're underfed, so they're trying to nourish you.
My fat butt. Have you
Right?
seen me lately? Look at this thing. Jesus.
Well, that's what my crazy cat lady sister told me, was when they bring you stuff like that, they're rewarding you and telling you, hey, you're doing a good job, let me feed you.
Oh, that's so cool. When we first moved into this house, there were so many rats around here. And I watched my cat pick them off from littlest to the adults. Like it went through and got all the babies. And the cat just loves. In the laundry room, we got like the laundry room countertop. And then that's a door that goes to the side yard. And the cat loves to go in and jump up on that countertop and right next to its food bowl and leave you treats there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bro. Stop,
well,
dude.
Now it's saying thank you for taking care of him and being his human.
So, with you do construction, so this is kind of hilarious. You know how when you go in, what kind of construction did you used to do, or do you?
Electrical.
Okay, so you would go into newer houses that are being built and fit them with electrical. Did you ever retrofit any of the older houses?
I did some housework, but we were mostly like commercial. Like we do like hospitals, some schools. We do jobs like that. Early in my day, I did do some houses. There was like when the economy took a crap and everybody was out of work, I went and my company opened up like a service department. So I had to do like service work for like 6 months in Las Vegas in the middle of the summer. And that's always when these dickheads are like, yeah, I want to add a ceiling fan like over there, and you're like, fuck, dude, I got to get up in your attic with the insulation and everything. And what is it? It's 115 today outside. So imagine what it's going to be in the attic.
It's only going to be about 310.
I've done a little bit of retro work. Yes. I try to block that memory out as much as I can.
Well, I'm glad I could let you relive that right now.
Thank you. Yeah. Can we talk about the porta potties on the job sites too?
I'm too cheap with my construction company. We didn't have porta potties. You need to use the restroom, jump in the car, go to the gas station.
Oh, I would love you. I'd be at the gas station like every 2 hours. Like,
then we'd have an issue.
Boss, I gotta go.
You'd be there too, so.
No, you learn to hold it or wear diapers.
I caught a dude on a construction site once taking a shit underneath a set of stairs with a porta potty 20 feet away from him. I was like, what are you doing? Why would you, a porta potty right there? He's just like, I really had to go. I was like, oh, dude.
So there was one house that we were working on, and we were outside. We were doing a new porch for them.
Mm-hmm.
And the backyard was this beautiful wooded area. And the guy's like, I gotta go take a shit. It's like, then go to the restroom. There's literally a gas station not even a block away. Go.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm not gonna make it. And I was like,
I've been there before.
For you, man.
Yeah, I've been there before, but not on the job site, but I've been there before.
He's like, I'll be right back. I was like, all right, good. I walk out to the truck, I start grabbing some tools, and I don't see him walk past me. I walk back to the backyard, and it's like, I'm yelling for him, where the hell is he? And I hear him in the woods, and I was like, are you serious?
Oh, dude.
Literally.
It gets better.
And he took a massive shit, like, literally, like, right as soon as the woods started, like, he was sitting on a log like it was a toilet. And it's like, I was like, dude, what the hell? And he's like, you don't need toilet paper. I was like, yeah, let me go to the truck and get you some. He's like, you really have some? I was like, yeah, I'm not getting it though. This is hilarious. I was like, do what everybody else does. Take a sock off.
Yeah,
Wasn't this the
dude.
guy that pooped on the rabbit, the babies?
Yeah, well, that was the second time. Like like he used the sock and then he had to go to the restroom again, and he went out there, same spot again. Took a massive dump, and evidently he had had like Mexican or something, and it didn't agree with his stomach. And I hear a scream, like a high pitched little girl screaming for her life. Dropped my stuff, ran back there to see what the hell happened, thinking maybe a kid saw him with his pants down or something, thinking I'm about to get screwed and lose all my damn licenses.
Mm-hmm.
And he is running and trying to pull his pants up, and like there's nothing working for him. He's falling over. And I was like, what the hell? He's like,
Sheer panic.
a rabbit fucking jumped up and hit me in the butt, and I pooped on it.
Oh my God.
I was like, how? What? Why? He's like, I'm getting out of here. This place is weird. I was like, you just took a shit in the woods. What'd you expect?
Bro, you just shit on a rabbit, dude.
I mean, it's just one of those. It's like, what the fuck?
That's a once in a lifetime opportunity right there, man. Jesus.
I mean, think about that poor rabbit.
Oh, ruined for life.
Oh,
that's all it thinks about from now on. That's how people are. He's telling all of his other rabbit friends, look out for those humans. They'll shit on you.
Oh, the reason why I brought up the houses earlier was so next door we have a house that's abandoned, and the guys are in there working on it at random times. Comes outside yesterday and he goes, hey, did y'all lose a guinea pig? I was like, no, never had a guinea pig. Why?
Yeah.
He's like, did the people here own a guinea pig? It's like, I have no idea. They were weird as hell. It's like, why? And he's like, there's one randomly loose in the house. I was like, okay. He's like, yeah. He goes, they'll come sit in the living room while we're working and just sit and watch us. And then if we, come in the morning, it's usually hanging out in the kitchen. And then there's this big gray rat that hangs out with him, and they just hang out together.
Ooh, that's random.
And it's like, no, but I guess you should warn the next people that move in there.
It sounds like they just left their pet there. Their
Yeah.
pets. They just took off and were
Yeah.
like, screw the guinea pig. It's staying.
Well, guinea pigs and rats are both social creatures. So when given the option, they're going to be together because they need to be together. They don't want to hurt each other. They just want friends. So, fine. You could probably catch the guinea pig,
Yeah.
it's a guinea
Oh,
pig.
yeah.
But it was just like, okay, random guinea pig loose in the house. Cool.
I'm surprised you guys didn't go over there and now be the proud owners of a guinea pig.
Thought about it, but I don't have any more room left on my counters. I need a shelf or something.
If my daughter heard about that, we would have a guinea pig in our house. If there's a guinea pig in the next door neighbor's house, that's it. That's how I get roped into more pets. She wants a bird now. I'm like, oh no, dude.
I'm waiting for one of our
bird.
dogs to catch the guinea pig and bring it to us because they like to catch wild critters and bring them to us.
We
Catch and kill or just catch?
Well, they try
Depends on
not
which
to
one.
kill them.
Oh,
Like Vengeance doesn't want to kill them; he just wants to play with them, and then they die because he doesn't play nice.
oh.
Yeah, and the girls they just want to see what the inside of it looks like.
It's my cat. It's my cat. Just wants to gut it. Just wants to gut it for you. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, I started cleaning it for you. Here you go. Take over.
Like, so with the girls, we put up a big fence lighted around this a section of the yard so the dogs had an area to play. And we warned all the neighbors, when they move in, we have large dogs. If you have a cat, try and keep it inside, We do what we can to make sure that nothing happens to it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, wintertime when we first moved here, it was like a bloodbath. Like, all the snow was red. I woke up, went downstairs to go put the dogs out, and came back outside a couple minutes later because I heard this weird noises. Kelly came downstairs, and I was like, don't go to the window. I was like, I haven't finished picking up the pieces yet. They play tug of war with their toys, and they thought the cat was one of their toys, and it ended very badly.
Dude, that reminds me of the time our pit decided that it was going to attack the neighbor's chihuahua, and it was all my fault. 100% all my fault. Like I got this new, this is probably like 6 years ago. I was super into like smoking. I got super into like, I just geeked out. I bought a smoker, one of the ones that like feeds the wood chips, right? So I got this thing and I unloaded from my truck and the box was fucking massive, right? And I'm like dragging it through to the backyard, and the backyard's a self-closing gate. And I thought I closed the gate. I just slid it past the gate, you know, thinking it would slide closed. Well, apparently it was open. And I hear my neighbors scream, which I thought was really weird because the neighbors and their kids are all outside playing. I heard them scream, and I was like, kind of caught my attention, but didn't think nothing of it. And I go and I'm unboxing this barbecue, and I look, and my dog runs up and drops the neighbor's little chihuahua right there. Like, here you go, just covered in blood. I was just like,
Damn.
oh, fuck. And I walk over and I see the side gate was open. And I go outside and the neighbor's kids are crying. And I just, what are you going to, like, what are you going to say? What can you do? Like just, oh, I felt so fucking bad. But then so I was like, okay, I'll get you guys another dog. Like I told the dad, I wasn't going to tell the kids. But I was like, hey, when the time comes and they're ready, like, just let me know and I'll get you another dog. And he's like, all right, man, I understand, you know, make mistakes. And I was like, that's all it was, is, you know, I take 100% blame for leaving the gate open. And then he comes back and he's showing me these Maltipoos that are like $4,500 dogs. He had like just a normal Chihuahua, not purebred, like mutt Chihuahua, you know.
Yeah.
Like we were really good friends. Like I used to go over to his house. He would make, like, they were from Tennessee. He would make the most amazing lemon pepper hot wings you've ever fucking had in your life. Like so fucking good. And I was like, hey, I'm broke. Like, dude, I got like $500 my name. Like we're living paycheck to paycheck. There ain't no $4,500 dog in either of our futures. Okay, bro. But like, yeah, I felt bad.
You're like, hey, go to the shelter and pick up one of those.
Yeah. Why don't we save one from the shelter? I know that's only $200, you know, whatever it is.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, some of shelters, like say you adopt a dog or someone else adopts the dog and they bring it back for whatever reason. If that dog's already had all of its vetting done, a lot of times it's basically a discount dog because they don't have as much work to do. So you can go
shots, yeah, and all
you can go in there and be like, hey, do you have any dogs that have been returned? And instead of paying $200, you might pay $100.
Yeah.
You know, so
and still $200 for a dog. I mean, come on.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you can't afford the dog, then you probably can't afford all of the health and stuff that goes with it.
Yeah, the $45 bags of dog food, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because the dog has an allergy or something like that. Like, that's all things that have to be taken into consideration.
Yeah.
You know, when you're going to get an animal. Yeah, shots, all that stuff. Like, and you just never know, like, what's going to happen with the dog. There needs to be a cushion there. You need to be able to
get insurance for your pets.
That's what I'm being told. I'm told pet insurance rocks.
Pet insurance is amazing.
I need to. I didn't get insurance, extended warranty on my BMW. Well, let me tell you about that one, you guys. If you guys ever consider buying a BMW, just don't. Just be smarter than me, because it was like 4 years ago I bought this car and everybody told me, don't buy a BMW, dude. There's so much, they're pieces of shit. I was like, nah, I'll get a good one. You know what I mean? I'll probably have a good one. Wrong. That thing every month it was gone for a week every month. And then when the warranty ran out, my dumbass didn't spend the $2,000 to, you know, extend it and do the extended warranty. And here, like, I've been screwed over by extended warranties before, like on my old truck I did. And like the part that broke, they're like, oh yeah, that's not covered under this. Like there's just, they write these fucking warranties just to screw you over. And it just seems like whatever breaks is not covered and I end up paying for. So I was like, it's probably fine. We just won't get those. No, $1,500 a month, every month. It was in the shop, like all the way to like the motor blowing up. Like I was 100 miles over the warranty, sitting at a stop sign, just left my house. Motor shuts off. I'm like, oh shit, what the hell happened? Go to put it in neutral, because I'm in the middle of the intersection. Go to put it in neutral, and it's a fucking BMW. You can't put it in fucking neutral unless it's running. The motor's on, the motor won't start because it's exploded. So it's just locked up in the middle of the street. Then I got like, it's pretty hood right here by my house. And so I got all these dudes coming up like, hey, bro, you know, want me to help you push that out of the street? I'm just like, nope, she ain't going to budge. So I wound up hanging out with all these two dudes just hung out with me. The Henderson cops, the police show up, right? Because there's a car in the middle of the fucking street. And it's the three of us sitting there, and we end up waiting like 45 minutes for a tow truck to come. And the dude just tires screeching the whole time. Onto it. And I was so devastated because there's no way I was going to spend 15 grand on a new motor. Like, that's the first thing I did when I was sitting there. I was like, how much is a new motor for this car? Oh, $15,000. That'll never fucking happen. And, I do give it to I made so much shit. I made such a big deal at the dealership. Like, they were getting ready to like escort me out. And I finally got them to cover it under warranty because it just crested over. And I was like, I do everything through you guys. Like, I did all your schedule, oil change. I do the stupid cabin filter. Like, when you suggest the $300 cabin fucking filter thing, I did that, you know? Like, I've done everything that I can do for this car, all this regular maintenance. Like, the motor ain't supposed to fucking explode. I'm sorry. Like, you know, we're not talking about a Honda here. It's a fucking Beamer.
If it makes you feel any better, I decided I thought I was going to be nice and smart. I bought Kelly an Audi last year.
Ooh, isn't that basically a BMW, or am I wrong?
Volkswagen. It's a pretty cool.
Oh, it's a Volkswagen.
Yeah, it's almost there.
Guten Scheißen.
Yeah.
It's a great car.
Is it really?
I love my car, but everything on it is stupid expensive. Like, my heater stopped working. So it's a lot of money to fix my heater. So Nick's like, guess what? It's like $20 to get one of those little heaters that sits inside your car and you plug it into your cigarette thing. Like, that's what we'll do. So I have a little plug-in heater because like I'm not paying the lots of money to fix my heater because by the time we haven't had a bad winter, you know, by the time it gets fixed, it'll be summertime and I won't need it anymore. So
did you get it fixed?
Nope.
I had my old F-150. Heater core went out on my old F-150, single cab 98 F-150. And it was like $1,200 to fix. And I was looking it up in the part, like you said, the part was like $60 for the heater core. And then I was like, oh, I'm going to do this myself. There's no way I was going to be able to afford to even spend that kind of money to get it replaced. And you literally had to tear apart the entire dashboard to get to the heater core that you can see. Like, you, under the passenger side, you look, heater core is right there. You can touch it. You'd be like, ting, ting, heater core. You cannot remove that. You needed to disassemble the whole dashboard. Yep. I spent 2 weekends with like these 90-degree screwdrivers and things, just cussing and motherfucking these fucking, who would engineer this fucking thing like this? Get the whole thing tore apart, replace the heater core, put it all back together, dashboard wiggled, had like probably a handful of extra screws that I had no fucking idea where the fuck those things went. Like, I don't know. Okay. You know, if you hit the brakes hard enough and the dashboard would like clunk.
Well, the fun thing about my car is like, we also live in the ghetto, and somehow, like, you know, the front license plate cover that goes over where the front license plate would be if you needed one, it has that fancy cover to cover things. And well, someone in the neighborhood decided that they needed it. So they took it. And I'm like, that's what you took off my car. You didn't take the circle logos or, you know, anything. You took
the cover,
the plastic square. Like,
that makes you just wonder. It makes you question, like, am I being trolled? Is there like, is somebody fucking with me right now? Why would you take that part? Why would you do that to me?
Well, I looked it up to replace it. It's fucking $300.
Oh, that's why they took it. Yeah. Okay, I see. The same reason why people used to always steal tailgates off trucks, right? Because they're so easy. You pop down, pull the clips,
Yep.
You take tailgate off, right? That used to be a huge thing. I'd see somebody driving with no tailgate and I'd be like, they fucking got you, bro. They fucking got you, dude. That's why I like my truck, because it had the lock. So you just, the key lock, and then so you didn't have to worry about anybody jacking your tailgate. But you'd see that through the neighborhood, fucking all the tailgates gone. You're like, somebody found a good fucking scam, man. Somebody was flipping those tailgates for fucking $300-400 a pop. You know?
I asked Nick, I was like, is that important to the vehicle? Like, is it gonna like hurt my car if it doesn't have it? He's like, no. I'm like, then fuck it. It just doesn't have one.
Nope. Mine started leaking. So I had to replace mine because it started to leak inside the cab. Like the line, the core itself was actually leaking. Otherwise, I would have just left it. And I was looking at like trying to bypass it, like take the hoses that go into the firewall and just bypass the heater core. And I couldn't quite figure it out. I was sketched. I was like, is it going to blow up the motor if I do this? Like, do you have to have it?
Yeah.
You know, and then finally that pushed me over to the point where I was like, okay, the truck's starting to smell like mildew at this point. Like,
I mean, Nick and I are both like horribly cheap. And so like, we're both sitting there going, okay, we've got 1 million dogs and 1 million kids and 1 million other things that need to eat in the house. Like,
Yep.
How do we do this? Like,
yep.
Okay. Like, I'll just know which car is my car because it won't have that plastic square. Like,
have you, so the heater core in your car is still out, right?
Yeah.
Have you YouTubed how to replace it? Have you looked at it? Have you guys even
I
looked into it?
don't work on cars. That's a Nick thing.
So there's a trick or a bypass, and you go to you pop the hood, you pull off the little plastic covering right underneath where the windshield wipers are, and you remove like 3 different modules, and then you pull the hoses. You have to make sure you don't get air in the line, or you'll create an air bubble. You'll never have heat, and it's like not fucking with it.
Yep, not going to do it. Now, what about YouTubing how to replace it? Have you looked at that?
Yeah, so the heater core on her car is not actually out. It's the damn actuators that direct the different vents when to open and close.
Oh, I see.
And with that one, you remove the steering wheel column, you remove the driver's side portion of all the dash, all the electronics, and her car is all fucking electronic. And
of course.
It's like I looked at it and I fucked with it enough one night to where I had the heat working for her for I thought it was working. It gave out like
it worked
the
for
next
a little
day.
bit. Oh, dude, that's.
I mean, my heated seats still work, and like I said, I have that little portable heater, and I just put it wherever I need it. Like that's good enough. I mean, the heated seats get like super hot to the point where you're sweating. So
dude, you got a boss car. Damn, son.
It's real nice. You just don't sit in the back seat because you'll get cold.
Yeah.
And like I'm super cheap, so I always buy used cars.
Yep.
And like I can usually talk the guys down and get a fucking steal for it. Like I have a 2004 Dodge Ram. Love it. I got it for a steal, and diesel
or gas?
Gas.
Gas, yeah.
But it has 400,000 miles on it almost now. And
as they do, they run forever.
They do. They really do. And it's all original engine, transmission, everything. Besides like minor stupid little things.
Yeah.
We went to Florida. The heat stopped working on it on our way back up. The windshield wiper stopped working on it. It would randomly sprung a little radiator leak. And I was looking at Kelly. I was like, okay, it's time for a new car for me. I go, because if we break down when we're on our way back or our way to a convention, it's going to suck.
Oh, yeah, dude. That's going to be so frustrating. Oh,
and then 10 minutes later, truck completely overheated, and that's like, motherfucker. And we made it back. We were good. I was able to get the shit patched up temporarily. I'm really good at temporary patching things.
Yeah.
Got back in town and started looking around, and I found a 2007 Escalade. And I was like, okay, because we wanted a bigger car so we can transport all the crap. And we have kids and we have friends and we like to go places. So it's like, fuck it. The guy's like $5,500. And I got it down to like 4 or 4,500, something like that.
Yeah,
damn, bro, cheap. For Escalade?
Yeah.
Dude.
When it comes to getting cars, Nick is like super, like to the point where my ex-husband's mom calls me and says, can I borrow your husband to help me get a car? I'm like, sure, it's not weird that it's my ex-husband's mother. You know, like, sure, you can borrow my current husband. Like,
Yeah.
Or
like it's cool.
or don't
Some
forget
90.
about the hey, my basement flooded. Can you come over and remodel the entire thing for me?
Yeah.
I'll be like, hola, ¿cómo está? No,
Well, Nick
no
did. Nick
hablas.
did remodel the whole basement because my oldest son, my 17-year-old, likes to live in the basement of
Oh,
her
really?
house. So Nick went over there and made sure that he had a nice setup.
Aw, Nick. Aw.
Yeah, you gotta be
Hearts.
a good dude.
However you do the hearts. I'm not that hip.
I can't do it either. It looks like just a really fucked up vagina. There you go, babe. You're
Fat
doing it.
hands.
Yeah. See, nope.
My heart's dumb. My heart.
Well,
There's no love in my heart. Look at that. What is that? I don't even know what you would
See,
call that.
it still doesn't look right.
No.
No, you got to thumbs down and then cup,
My
And
thumbs,
then- and then-
I don't work that way.
and then
I
put
go-
them together.
Welcome to this edition of How to Make Hearts.
Right?
Ta-da! Yep.
Nope. See.
Point your
Nope,
thumbs. Point your thumbs. Push them together real hard, and then
Oh, I just made a vagina instead.
touch your knuckles. You go.
Mhm.
See, there you go. Nope. It's a really used vagina.
Yeah. We just got those manly hands, you know? You can't apologize for that, you know? Sorry.
Right.
Out here
Well, then you do like this.
building houses. Yeah.
There you go.
That'll be the symbol for it.
That still doesn't look right.
Yeah, I can see the outline of your hands. Or it's a butthole, whatever.
Yeah. One of the two.
Look, oh, I love you. Here's my asshole.
Mhm.
We are throwing gang signs today.
She's like, you're not getting anal tonight. No, I'm sorry.
I'm good
No,
with that.
none of that. Mm-mm, sorry. Put one in your butt first before you put one in mine. How about that?
Hey, watch it.
Well, I mean, the kids are all gone. Just saying.
Oh,
Sure.
you got to experiment a little, man. I mean, you don't know. Look, dude, you don't know if you're gonna like it. But here's the thing. Here's why I won't do it is because like I'm one of those people that like, you know, super gets into things. You know, like if I'm working out all the time. You know, and so there's gonna come a point where like just one finger isn't gonna cut it anymore.
Just
If
go
I like it.
fisting it. I mean,
That's what I'm saying. Like how until like you're gonna have like road cones up my ass and I can't, you know, do anything. Like that's what it's gonna take for me to achieve an orgasm.
you're really red right now, babe.
Oh,
Wow,
I'm
look at
dying. I'm dying right now.
So see,
I'm saying if you don't have an addictive personality, you should give it a shot at least.
see, the excuse I'm going to use is I have Crohn's and colitis really bad.
I heard it's actually good for that.
Well, see, I've had so many colonoscopies. I'm good with things going up my ass.
But this is different. This time it's gonna be different. It's not gonna be all weird.
Oh, what's
Doctors.
wrong with
Like
us?
it. You know what? We'll have a couple candles lit for you, some essence oils, a little CBD spray in your mouth, really calm you down, you know.
Restrained so I can't run away.
Little Celine Dion playing in the background, so you feel it, you're vibing with the mood, you know. Just
And
I feel like I'm almost
Dwayne's
talking.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Just the pinky to the knuckle, okay? That's all we're saying here, you know.
Well, wait, first knuckle
That's at
or the
look,
big
you're-
knuckle?
that's at your discretion.
Or the big knuckle.
Obviously, you're in control of this whole situation. He's just laying there. Have the safe word ready.
Fuck off.
Oh,
See, that's
Lord.
the other thing. I don't sleep very much, and when I do sleep, I usually sleepwalk or I sleep
Do you
drive.
really?
Yeah, I'm really really bad. Like, so yesterday we had an important meeting with this distributor, like I told you about,
Yes, nice.
and we think it went well. We're waiting,
Uh-huh.
but the morning I went to work right before, and so well that night I got off the phone with you. You know, we had dinner. We were bullshitting, talking. Went to bed about what 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Out there. Like normal.
Woke up at 4:30 in my truck, sitting in the parking lot that touches my shop.
Whoa, dude.
Shirtless, pants on, shoes on, and it's just like I'm going home.
Oh my God, dude,
It,
that's got to be so creepy. That's got to be so weird, dude, to just literally wake up and you've driven somewhere.
it's not the first. Like I
Oh,
have real bad issues with just driving and sleeping and stuff like that. And like Kelly will
hmm.
hide my keys. I still find them. I woke up one day and I put double sided deadbolts on all the doors thinking that would stop me.
Yeah, because you'd have to
It
It didn't.
cognitively open both of those. Yeah.
it didn't stop me.
Huh.
The first night it did, and so our house used to be a duplex,
Uh
and
huh.
so the what we have as the kitchen now, I remodeled because it used to be a bedroom. So it's
Okay.
normal window height versus the standard kitchen height where it's above the sink. Well, I pried open the window and I had gone out, but the window had caught and closed on my leg, so I was there dangling underneath outside the house with my foot stuck on the countertop and dangling
Oh.
out the house, yelling for Kelly to come get me.
For those who
Oh,
have been in
Jesus.
our house, it's the window behind the kitchen sink.
Yeah, and for Mike, it's the one that I almost went through
it's
the other day trying to open, and I ripped the window apart.
it's the one Mongo broke.
So I went.
Dude, Kelly, have you witnessed this? Have you seen it?
I have woken up to him being in weird places.
Yes.
You know, I do track his phone because when he does take off, he takes his phone with him for some weird reason.
Mm-hmm.
So if I wake up in the middle of the night and he's not in bed, I'll like look at my phone like, okay, where's Nick's phone? And if it's
Oh my.
not
Yeah.
in the house, then I have to go find him.
Ooh,
Yeah.
jeez. Okay, so sorry to cut you off. So you're dangling out
Yeah,
this window, Nick,
and she's laughing her fucking ass off at me.
as she should be, of course.
I
I'd be
mean,
videotaping and laughing.
But
Nick is 6'2". I am 5'7" when I feel good. Like sometimes I'm closer to 5'5" depending on how my back's feeling.
Mhm.
I have lupus. I can't pick Nick up. Like it's just not a thing I'm ever going to be able to do, and I'm okay with that. But
so,
when you're hanging out the window,
Mhm.
and you're still not touching the ground because the ground is 9 feet from the window opening, and
not quite 9. It's like 6.5.
well, I mean, you were hanging a lot further off than you think.
Yeah,
Like,
he has the
what,
countertop and everything.
what do I do? Like, how do I get you out of the window? So I stood there and laughed, and then I did the only thing I could do and pushed his foot out the window.
Yeah, dropped to my head.
Like,
Oh my God.
like what else do I do? Like, I can't pick you up. I can't
Nope.
push you back through the window. I mean, the window's
Could have brought
up
me like
there.
a pillow to break my fall or a stool to hold on to so I wouldn't fall completely.
It was cold, and
Yeah, it was cold.
I didn't want to go outside.
I'm upset this isn't on film somewhere. Gosh.
You
Jeez,
know,
man.
there are times where I'm like, I wish I would have recorded some of these things. Nick
Get one of those
also,
nanny cams, put up one of
Oh.
those nanny cams in the house and just watch the action.
he also likes to talk in his sleep.
Uh-huh.
Like a lot of times I don't understand what he says. There are times where he like actually says full sentences that I understand,
Uh-huh.
but they're normally like they don't make sense. It's, like
Mm-hmm.
I need to go fix the kitchen because the tarantulas in the living room, and it's like, what?
Oh my God. That's when I would start messing with them. I'd be like, how much do you love me?
Well, the other night I'm like laying there and I'm half asleep because I couldn't sleep for whatever reason. Nick's like passed the fuck out, and all of a sudden I hear, ah, and I'm like, what just happened? Like he was yelling, but like whisper yelling in a way. It was just like it was the weirdest thing. I'm like, honey, are you okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, what?
Oh my Lord.
Or the time, like, so Kelly has PTSD, and when we first started living together, she would beat the living fuck out of me at nighttime.
Like awake?
No, pass
Like, do we
out.
need to?
Like I'd be asleep and for some reason I'd feel like I had to fight him. So I would.
And so, like, when I got her first engagement ring was
The
not a
carrot.
blood diamond, but one of the man-mades, not the Cuber zirconia, but
The pressed ones, yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
And I
Two
got
carrots.
a 2 carat ring.
Ooh, buddy.
And
Sharp.
yeah,
You found out that thing was sharp, didn't you?
she hasn't been allowed to wear it since that night because she split my eyelid open and had to get me stitches.
Oh,
Like,
man.
so this was like probably a couple months into the engagement. Split my eyelid open. Go to the she's asleep. There's blood in the bed. There's blood in the bathroom. I tried getting it stopped. I mean, I have super glue from all the times I hurt myself on the construction site. Nothing was working.
Mhm.
Went to the hospital. They're like, "What happened?" They're like, "Did you?" It's early in the morning, so obviously you didn't fall off a ladder or you didn't get hurt again.
I fell. I fell. I promise. I slipped. It definitely wasn't my wife. It definitely wasn't her.
Well, I mean, I had a complete black eye and everything. I looked at the lady and I was like, "I hit a doorknob." I think is the usual lie you hear from women.
Yeah, exactly.
She looks at me and she's like,
Oh.
"Did your wife really beat you up?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Okay, so we'll call the police." I was like, "She was asleep. It was a complete accident. It's all good. Don't worry." And the lady's like,
Yes, I know,
"Well,
but
we still need to call the police." And I was like,
blink twice if she did it on purpose. Okay.
Well,
You're
that
right.
morning, I come down the stairs and Nick's gone, and I'm like, oh, was he sleepwalking? Did I not catch this? Because he wakes up before I do, and sometimes he has coffee ready for me, and I'm like, oh,
"Sometimes
where's
every
Nick?"
day I have coffee ready for you.
Okay, every day. And I'm like, where's Nick? And then he comes in through the door and he's got his hat tilted over the one eye.
Mhm.
He's holding food.
He's all every time you say what?
And he wouldn't look at me directly. And
Of
I'm
course.
what is wrong with you? And I'm like, why is there blood in the bathroom? He's like, nothing.
She's like,
I don't know what
"Did
you're
I beat
talking
you
about."
up again?" And I was like, "No." She's like, "Are you lying to me?" And I was like, "No." And she's like, "Then why is there a whole bunch of paper towels in the trash can full of blood?" And I was like, "Fuck."
It's that time of
Throw
the
those
month.
away.
I had my period.
And I lift up the hat, and she's like, "What the hell happened?" I was like, "Look at your ring. See if there's skin still on it."
Oh, dude. Oh my God, bro. I'd be sleeping like this every night. I'd be like, okay, look, we're going to get separate beds at this point.
Well, like I said last night, 4 inches is a really big deal.
Yeah,
Because
4 inches is. Exactly. I'm glad a woman finally agrees on this subject.
Right?
we went from a queen size to a king size. And
We're talking about beds. Fuck
that
me.
4 inches of the bed made all the difference, because now when I go to fight Nick in the middle of the night, I don't always connect.
No.
Yeah, in that middle, that safe zone. You got to keep that safe zone. Tape that off, that little area with little safety tape.
So
Nikki
once
gets
in a
some from
while, I
work.
hear this thud, and I'll look over, and there's her fist in my pillow, and it's like, I'm a good
Like that far away, like that far from your head. You're like, oh my God, not again.
So there you have it. I am horribly strong. See those muscles?
Look at those, sun's out, guns out.
I don't have muscles. Dude. I don't have muscles.
Oh, you
anymore.
do.
You do.
Not anymore.
Me.
Yeah, no, they don't go upside down. They go up.
Not like I used to.
Don't have muscles. They go whoop like that. But muscles tend to defy gravity in the nature of.
I used to be a professional roller derby girl, so I used to be real good at throwing some arms. But
yeah, I could tell by Nick's eye that you could really get that swing in there. Oh, poor guy! I got shot in the neck once. We were having wars at my old house, and
with an actual gun.
A BB gun.
Oh,
right? So
well, that's still bad.
We had BB gun wars in our old house, and the rule was, chest down, where shots were allowed. And I'm in the garage like this, and I got the door cocked open. I hear my roommate coming around the corner, and I pop out, like this, like kind of low, and I see it. Just watch it go. Right here. Boom, right here, right in my neck. I watched the fucking BB hit me in the neck, and I was like, oh, fuck me, dude. Jesus. And so I go in the bathroom. It's a huge well, right? And I go into the bathroom, and I just go like this, and I'm like, and it pops out, and then it just starts gushing blood. And we couldn't, like you, I couldn't get the blood to stop. Like I did a compression on it for like 30 minutes, pulled the compression off, and it's just still bleeding. And so I had to do the same thing, went to the emergency room and they asked what happened. I was like, oh, it's no big deal, but I got shot in the throat with a BB gun. And they're like, okay, so anytime it's a weapon, we have to call the police in. We have to do an investigation.
Yep.
But I never got seen so quick in my life by a doctor because I got to bypass everybody in the waiting room
Yep.
right to the back. I was like, oh, this is amazing because the emergency room trips I've had from riding dirt bikes are some gnarly. I've grossed out everybody in the emergency room. There's a time I took and I had road rash, my chin right here. That's why my chin, I can't grow right there, hair. I was riding a dirt bike down the street, little intoxicated. My roommate's dirt bike, and I was doing wheelies up and down the street, and I was going around the corner, and I knew I wasn't going to make the corner. So I set the front tire down, and the front tire swapped. I was in flip-flops, tank top, shorts, no helmet, and pitches me off the bike. And I was probably, I don't know, doing probably like 50 miles an hour, somewhere fourth gear on the bike. And next thing you know, I'm just sliding across the pavement and I can feel my chin like sliding and like it's scraping my chin. And I put my hands down to like pull my face off. And it just takes away from my palms all here, just all my skin right here. And it's basically like a third-degree burn, I guess is what they classify that as.
Yeah.
You're a burn victim at that point. And so I get up and the bike's laying there and it's still running. Get on the bike, ride down the street to our house, and my roommate's just like staring at me like, holy fuck, what happened? I'm just bleeding everywhere. And so I hop in the truck and he takes me to the emergency room. And I'm standing in the emergency room. And I'm just standing like this in the emergency room. And I got blood here. It's everywhere, dripping all over my shirt, blood running down my arms everywhere. And I'm going in there. I'm like, okay, I need to see it. Like, obviously I need to be seen right now. And they go, okay, just go ahead and, fill out these forms and wait over there. And the lady that was in there with her kid she legitimately turned to me and she asked me, she's like, you're grossing out my kid. Can you please turn or go stand somewhere else? I was like, oh, fuck you. I'm not fucking doing shit, man. I'm fucking standing right here till they see me. You want to fucking complain to them up there. I'm so sorry that I'm actually here for an emergency. I know you probably have a fucking sore throat or some stupid shit, Like, come on, lady. Oh, dude.
So
and then they,
the cleaning of all that, it's horrible.
So we have a couple subjects that we have to discuss with you.
Okay, yeah, hit them.
Okay, it's been an ongoing thing, well, for like a week now. We're going to do a wombat kicking contest, but not with real wombats.
Oh, damn.
They're going to be like,
out.
You say you're out?
Yeah, I'm out. No real wombats? Come on.
Well, we don't encourage animal abuse.
No, I think those things could legitimately fuck us up. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Like, it'd be like a legit bear. Like, we're going to go fight a bear.
I mean, we determined that they're somewhere between 45 and 70 pounds.
And they're pure muscle too.
Yeah.
It's not, don't discredit them.
And they are a member of the rodent family, so their teeth will continue to grow until they die. So there's that.
Oh, wow. These little guys look crazy. Oh, there's a huge one. This one's almost the size of this guy.
Yeah.
That is not 35 fucking pounds. I call bullshit. That's like 70 pound.
Oh, yeah. They get up to about 70 pounds. So Ryan, for British Eyes Only, for some reason, we got on the subject about wombat kicking. And
okay.
You said you're not in it, so I guess you can't be a part of the wombat kicking contest because we were going to, kick wombats to raise money for advocacy.
Okay, well, I'll do it, I guess. My back's messed up, so don't expect me to be like, all-star kicker.
I mean,
NFL.
It's like a 55-pound football that you'd have to kick. Like,
oh, no way, that would ruin my back. That
would break your leg, I think.
Oh, with 2 herniated discs, I could only see this going very well for me at this point.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
I'm doing it.
I think we should just have British Eyes Only do it for all of us.
I'm down.
Then we'll take them to the hospital afterwards. It'll be a good time. A fun time.
And then the other thing that we were doing, and this has been since Eric was on the show weeks ago, we are going to do a Men of Vaping calendar. Only dad bods.
Oh, I'm there right now. I'm there. I mean, I haven't hit the gym in a couple months. I think we're pretty good. I think we're good on the dad bod.
So there you guys have it. We got all kinds of people now. Like Eric's gonna do it. Nick's gonna do it.
He's sleeping. He's fucking trolling you guys on this. I've seen Eric just the other night, shirt off. Okay.
Right.
Marco Polo me, shirt off, chest chiseled, talking about, oh, I'm so fat, I'm out of shape, bro. I'm like, what? Bro, you have the flat chest. You have the chest that I can never get that just goes boom here, like all muscle. Like, he's setting us up just to try to make himself look good, and I'm going to call him the fuck out on this, dude. Because he's going to be the hottest dude in the calendar, and he's going to be the first one to be like, oh, I look like shit in that calendar, guys. You're going to be like, okay,
thanks,
yeah, Eric. Yeah, with your 6-pack abs, dude. Your fucking abs have little abs on them, bro. I'll do it. I'll do it with the dad bod. I ain't scared. I'll go eat McDonald's right now. I'm pregame for this thing.
So there you have it. Yes, I really think it'd be great. Like both of these things, as long as we're not kicking real wombats, I'm down for it. And I think the calendar.
His nipples point down.
I'm down for the calendar because I think, you know what? All the women in the industry would buy all these calendars because, I mean, let's face it, the men of the industry, a lot of them are really, really attractive men. And some of them are just super awesome. The ones who aren't attractive. You know.
I think I want to.
I fall in the awesome category.
Oh,
I want to see a rate. Me too. I'm getting old, bro. Quick, dude. Look at his back falling apart. Everything's yeah, we should. Are you girls? I wonder if the girls could like rate the guys in the industry. And I don't want to have my feelings hurt, so leave me out of this one. But I would love to see that. Like, we should put that on the girls. Like, tell Ruby Roo.
Listen, we can make it happen. We can. You know, I'll throw it out there to the girls and we'll see what we can do.
Please.
Oh, that could end badly for us.
That's going to end so badly, though. Someone's going to get butt hurt.
I think Kent's going to win. I have pictures of Kent on my phone. Ripped Kent. Oh, he's a steal the show.
I'm just saying, I do have a thing for gingers.
Dude, that majestic mane, and then when he puts it back in the ponytail.
No.
Oh no, he doesn't look like. He looks like he's like a fighter. You know what I mean? Like he fucked some shit up, and he's like ponytail. I do this for speed, aerodynamics. He looks like Kent and Isaac V God. Do you guys know Isaac V God? He does the whole thing too, and he looks like just a mini version of Kent, but not ginger. You know, like Kent's gonna steal the show. Kent's gonna win. My vote's for Kent.
Yeah, I can see Kent winning.
We should have the men rate the men.
I'm down. Yeah, whatever.
I think that would be way more fun because, you know, it's men rating other men, and like the women would be like, women can be catty. So
yeah, and each, you know, they have their own type. I don't feel like it's fair on us men, where us men are just, you know, we're just across the board.
We're just naturally dicks.
No, we're gonna have the women do it. Let's have the women do it.
It's more entertaining that way.
Yeah.
Because then we can give them shit later on about it.
I mean, we'd end up like all conspiring to troll against somebody that's on there if the guys rate it, you know.
I mean, as long as it's all in fun.
It would. I mean, if it's for advocacy.
See, even Angela said, "Make the dudes vote for dudes." I think that's great. I think that's even more fun.
I mean,
I'm not sold yet. You guys are really gonna have to pitch this to me in a better way.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't be allowed to vote for anyone because, like, I love my husband and I live with him, and if I don't vote for him, then I have to hear it. So
you better vote for him. That's
exactly.
I'm not that bitter. You know that.
I know, but like other wives might be.
You got one vote. You got my vote.
That's the only vote I get is one vote.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Let's not do this. Let's not inflate Kent's ego and crush everybody else.
It's like, so everybody, there's 300 of us, and 300 votes, and we all got no votes.
I think it'd be Eric and Kent, top two contenders. What do you think, Nicholas?
I'm gonna go with Kent.
I would put VGod guy, but he's not part of the circle. But I would put VGod guy as like one of the top best looking guys in the industry.
See, how are we basing muscles or
just overall physique, posture, charisma.
I think Eric.
Eric, yeah,
I'm gonna go with Eric.
handsome.
Eric is fucking ripped.
Yeah. Have you ever seen pictures of him without all that?
No,
Handsome.
I don't know if I want to.
He's
I
a
have.
handsome
I like
motherfucker.
went through the Instagram and the Facebook, and I was like, I was trying to find a good picture, and I saw a picture of Eric without all of that, and I was like,
Chiseled.
where's like that's not Eric.
Yep. Oh, he looks like a totally different person. He sent me a picture of him and his homies back in the day. And I had asked him, I was like, is this you in the picture? Like, why are you sending me this fucking picture? Like, what is this, dude? And I thought it was like, he's hanging out with some famous rappers. Like, I almost felt like, I was like, what is this? Is this like, who is this? Is this 2 Chainz? What the fuck is this picture of? He's like, no, that's me with my boys back in the day. I was like,
Yeah.
that is not you, dude. No fucking way that's you.
Yeah.
Oh, like, dude, Eric's in the chat. Fuck me. Let's stop talking about him right now. God,
he's gonna
bro.
come. He's gonna find you.
No, he knows. I'm exposed. Sorry, Eric. When you sent me that picture, I had no idea that was you. Eric says, "What the fuck did I walk into?"
Well, I mean,
you only knew, Eric. You're gonna have to watch the playback.
Yep.
You know, when we started the show, we're gonna keep it about vaping and about dogs and and
family oriented.
Not family oriented because vaping isn't for children, but we're like, okay, this is not. It's turning into a show you really can't watch with your kids in the room.
Welcome to the shit show, boys and girls. This always seems to happen whenever I'm with people. And it's like this in real life. It's like if we hang out in real life, it gets worse. It gets funnier, but it gets worse.
Right.
I mean, I'm not sad because this is hilarious. Because
I think you're still blushing from earlier.
I've got my husband who I love so much, and then I've got the guy who got me to quit smoking, and it's like, whoa.
And then next thing you know, we're talking about butts and fingers. Yeah. Look at how that evolved, huh? Never thought that would happen.
we should stop that conversation.
Oh, yeah, dude, because if she really wants to try it,
no.
You're done, bro. That's it. That's all there is to it.
Very easily. Peer pressure doesn't work on me very well.
I'm glad because I'd probably cave. Luckily, I haven't been.
And if that happens, you'll be getting a very angry phone call in the middle of the night. I hate you so much, Dwayne.
Or the thank you phone call. You're gonna be like, okay, dude, this was life changing. Okay, dude, you have to give it a shot.
And then went to 2, and then said, "Fuck it, straight fist." Just
all in. Oh, dude. Oh, I'm so glad that I'm not that twisted. I'm messed up in the brain, but whew, there's some wild shit out there. People do some.
Yeah. So, anyways, back to the vaping world.
Yeah. Let's talk about vaping stuff, you guys.
So a lot of people don't know this, but I smoked for 25 years. I could not find a vaping flavor for the life of me. I could not find anything that I enjoyed. The one flavor that got me to quit was Your Anarchist Red. And I love it. Still to this day, I love it. I'm super excited that I have it. And my favorite mod of all times is my Rage. The first one I had, I didn't know that I was supposed to clean it. So I fried it. Yeah, it died real fast. But this one, I take care of it. I love it. It's my baby. I have it everywhere, all day, every day.
It makes me so happy. It makes me so happy. It's still, it's hard to even fathom. That's hard to even fathom that somebody would, go to one of the flavors I created and be like, this one might work. This might be the one that actually I quit smoking on and then do it. My brain doesn't wrap around.
I got to the point where I would light a cigarette and hold it so I could vape Anarchist Red in a little ego pen. That was it. That was who I was.
Have the ego pen then?
No, I didn't. What did I have?
You went to
the Battlestar.
Yeah. No, you didn't have the Battlestar then either.
Was it the mech?
Yeah, you were on your Admiral. She went from an Ego AIO to a fucking Admiral.
That's okay.
And the aluminum one that she cross-threaded the shit out of.
I didn't even take off the RDA for anything, okay?
Did, bro. How did you transition, though? Was it...
So I did I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, you can just quit," but I'm cheap, and if I buy something, I want to use it all. So the first couple days of vaping, I would smoke a couple cigarettes when I really felt like I had to have it. And then, by the end of the month, I would literally smoke one cigarette right before bed. And even then I was holding the cigarette just to be holding it. And I would take like a hit or two, and then that would be it. It took me a month, but I worked my way down. And, by the time I got done with it, I was like, I'm out of cigarettes. Should I go buy more? Maybe not. Okay.
So you get that cheap side kick in, you're like, yeah, save that $5 and just start vaping.
Well, I was Marlboro NXTs, and those are $8 here.
Ooh, pricey. I was a Marlboro Light 100. Always went for the 100s. More bang for your buck, man.
See,
why are you gonna pass that up?
See, I like the NXT because they went from regular to menthol if you popped them. And where I worked, people would come up and say, "Hey, can I bum a cigarette?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, 50 cents." They're like, "Well, what do you got?" I'm like, "Don't worry about it, because it's both. Like, you want regular, you want full flavor, or you want menthol?" Like,
yeah.
I literally have both. So I would make $8 off of just a handful of cigarettes.
Hustling. And nobody had 50 cents. They had $1 on them. And you'd be like, I'll get you that change later.
Well, no, a lot of people would be like, I'll just buy 2.
All right. Yeah. Do the twofer.
So in a matter of, 16 cigarettes, half a pack of cigarettes, I paid for my pack of cigarettes.
Oh, you're smart. You had that hustle.
Yeah. And so I would always have the one open pack that was the spares that like they would just be open, and I would get the fresh ones.
Savage. Here's a stale cigarette for 50 cents. Here you go.
I mean, you know what? People smoked them.
And I'd pop it every time. I'd be like, here you go.
Well, I mean, I would let them do that because,
because you're nice. You're not an evil individual.
But, I mean, like I said, 16 cigarettes, I've already paid for my pack, and I still have, cigarettes left that are mine. Okay.
That's that hustle, girl. That's that entrepreneur. You know what I mean?
You don't get a head sitting on your behind.
Yeah, no, you don't at all. Yeah, it took me a while to transition. It took me, I was allowed to vape in the office at work. So I'd do that. I would just vape and vape and vape in the office, and then go out for lunch and have cigarettes and eat. And then eventually it turned into me like not going out for lunch and having cigarettes. So it was so slow. It's such a slow process. But like I said, if my office didn't allow me to vape inside, I don't know if I would have quit. I don't know if I would have used it enough, because I didn't really fall in love with it at first. And the flavors back then were very limited. So there wasn't really anything that, I think one of the first flavors was like a cucumber mint. I had like cucumber mint. Like, cucumber mint is not hot. That's not the hot flavor to get somebody. Maybe it is, but that's like what I was vaping on in the office. But luckily, they allowed me to sit there and vape. And eventually, time periods between cigarettes just got further and further and further. And next thing you know, I'd realize like, oh shit, just vaped all day. I need to go smoke a cigarette. Run down to the garage and chug one down. And
See, with me, I was an assistant manager at a restaurant, and the higher up said, "We will not promote you if you smoke."
Yeah, because
they said, "We will not make you a GM if you smoke, because your health issues. We don't want to pay that for general managers' health issues." And I went, "Well, shit, I could make double what I'm making now if I just quit smoking." And I was like, okay, like over the last 25 years of smoking, it would every now and then I'd be like, I'm going to try to quit. And I'd try with Chantix, or I'd try with gum, and nothing worked. And I was like, well, I'll only smoke at home. When you're a manager of a restaurant, you can't just smoke at home. Like, that's just not a thing.
No, you just become sneakier. You go on sneaky smoke breaks. Now you're lying. You're lying to yourself.
And I mean, I said, you know what, I'm going to quit. And I did. I got the promotion. A month later, I got fired because apparently I have an attitude. But like, I still quit smoking, and that's what matters. So.
Well, that's amazing. Yeah, that's awesome. And I'm so stoked that it was with Anarchist Red, which is an amazing flavor, by the way. I know the guy who created it. not humble brag here, but it's a really good flavor.
It is.
I really like
is.
it.
It tastes like grandma strawberry candies.
Oh, here's my prototype Fuse, and it's gold. No, you know it's good when it's gold. That's how I know. When it turns gold.
I don't know about that. I mean, Ben.
It's gold, baby. That's steeped. That is as steeped as it gets. Throw Ben in the. Put it in the sunlight for a couple days and see what happens. What level of nicotine is it? That's a year old?
Yes, sir.
Well, I mean, that's 6 milligram.
Okay, see, my 6s are a
little gold, but they don't
yellow.
Yeah, Ben never really changes color.
No.
That's when we knew Dynamite Fuse, like it was perfect. Kent and I would always like wait for the bottles to turn gold, and then when they turn gold, you know they're like in that sweet spot, like that.
Nick does that with his cornbread flavors.
Yeah. You and Turk, man, cornbread, weird flavor guys. God.
I mean, we do have a blackberry cornbread pudding.
Do you?
I didn't send it to you because you said you weren't a bakery person.
Yeah. It would be a waste of juice. I would end up giving it away to somebody. I don't want to do that to you guys.
But we hooked you up with some strawberry kiwi, and I hooked you up with some guava lemonade.
Amazing. Oh, that sounds so good.
Our Vulcan, our good boy.
I need something new. I'm getting tired. I'm getting to the point where I'm getting burnt out on Rocket Blast. Because I'll do that. Like, I'll just stick with one flavor nonstop, even though I have a million flavors that I could vape on. I just get hooked on, and I hate it. Like, I don't like that I do that. I wish I could change that. I wish I could be like Nick, where he vapes all these different flavors. Whenever I go to his house, I just vape all his setups, because it's like, oh, damn, this is good, but it's nothing I would be like, that's what I want to vape all the time.
Right.
I remember when you went over to his house and he was doing his vlog, and he had just got the Vulcan.
Uh-huh.
And you were hitting that, and I was like, well, I wonder if he likes it. We should send him some, And then the next thing you know, Nick was like, what the hell? Give it back.
That's, dude, he never gave me a bottle for the record. Where he's like, no, I'll give you one. I'll get you one of those bottles. No.
Oh, we hooked him up with stuff for the Patreons for the $2 sales and stuff like that.
Oh, that's legit. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, they're going to love that.
I didn't even know you were a pod person, or I would have sent you some of the low Nick salt mix.
Yeah, dude. I got the little Grim kit that I run around with. It's like my little, whenever I'm in the car, I just leave it in the car. So whenever I'm leaving the house, nothing in my pockets, no batteries, no mods, none of that. I just know I always got one in the car. And like I said, like the windows, like my wife can't even drive my car because the windows are so fucking, the sun hits it, you can't see nothing out of those things. I'm used to it. I'll drive through it. I know what's there. Okay, I'm good.
Right. It's like I'll clean off a little area right where I can see it, and Kelly's driving or sitting in the passenger seat. She's like, can you clean your windows? I was like, I have a clean spot. I'm good.
Yeah, I can see right through it. She should try driving with Twisted Messes and Nick. It's like a cloud comp. And they don't understand that they blow their clouds at the front window. The road disappears for 2 to 3 seconds.
Yeah. See, and like Nick won't roll the window down. Like he has all the windows up, and then he vapes in the car and like fills and it's like, I can't see. I'm gonna have a panic attack because I can't see what's happening.
Well, close your eyes, you'll be fine.
Yeah, they're doing this to me on a drive to Arizona, and the drive from Las Vegas to Arizona is a very sketchy 2-lane road that's very narrow. It reminded me of like driving in Mexico. Like we drive down deep into Mexico on the coast, and then you would get into these sketchy, like going through the mountains, but right next to the water. And it would be considered like 1 lane in America. In Mexico, that's what they consider 2 lanes. And you got these 18-wheelers, dude. These guys don't give a fuck about their life, your life, anybody's life. They're just fucking getting the load to where it's got to go. They're hauling fucking ass. You pass these dudes in the motorhome shaking, dude, That's the road we were on. There's some shit like that. And these dudes are... I'm like, fuck, we're fucking... Okay, we're still on the road. Thank God. Hey, can you stop doing that, please? And the next thing you know, I got Kent from the back seat. right past me and hits the window. Like, you fucking, I value my life, guys. I want to live through this trip. Oh,
Dude, like, so with the Dang, how long did that take you, man? Because the flavor that you get off of this RDA is ridiculous.
phew, man, the Dang was a tough one, man. The Dang was, I mean, we were every bit of into a year onto it. And the delays, the prototypes. So the shitty part was the zirconium clamps, like having to get the clamps made. And the way everything works in China with the factories is like the factory that's manufacturing, they're only manufacturing certain parts for the RDA. Most of everything else is being outsourced. Your screws are outsourced, the clamps are outsourced, all your painting, if you're doing anodizing or PVD plating, that's all outsourced. So when you're going in and you're trying to make you're specking a crazy part like a zirconium clamp, like that's a month and a half for that factory to make that part and send it to you. So every time you go through a revision on the prototype, you're looking at a couple months in between them. And then just on the manufacturing, we said, okay, let's go. Let's manufacture the first batch. The first ones were 45 days because they had to make molds for the clamps. So they got to go through and they got to have another part of their factory make molds. They're backed up, so you're on their waiting list. And it's not like you're, ordering hundreds of thousands where you get pushed up the list. Like you're the little guy. They're like, we'll get to you when we can. Okay. Just slow the fuck down. And so, it took for fucking ever, man. That thing took forever.
You nailed it, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Of all the things you've created, what is your favorite thing?
The Dang, by far, just for like the engineering and how easy it is to install the coils. Like everything came out perfect. Like we wish we could have made it a little wider for the builders. I know a lot of the builder guys were a little disappointed that they couldn't put in like crazy massive bills, but for us in our eyes, like you could get like 5 wraps, 6 wrap aliens to drop in perfect, no sweat. And we didn't want it to be any bigger, so by far the Dang has to be like, dude, a fucking postless clamp system. You just fucking drop shit in. You don't even got it. You just eyeball your leads, drop them in, done, you're built. And if you're not stoked with the flavor, you can loosen the clamp with the cotton and everything installed. This is what I was doing, and then raise my coils up and then tighten the clamp. I have to remove the wicks. I'd have to refire them, do nothing on the thing. But yeah, that's by far my favorite for like the little bit of innovation that we put out there. Like that's by far the most innovation Kent and I have ever come up with out of any product.
Like even the airflow system, I love the fact that y'all actually took the time and put the notches on the top. So where everything is. You know how to line it all up.
Yeah, that was Kent, man. That was Kent's idea to notch it out. So, because when you get into those smaller holes for me, like my vision's not that great, so it's hard for me to see. So, like when I'm adjusting something, a lot of times I can't see the inner barrel of the AFC to know where it's choked off. So I could just notch it out and go, okay, I know that's the whole top row closed off. Back it off a little bit. Perfect. That's my AFC. All bottom row open, top couple holes open. So yeah.
We have a couple suggestions.
Okay.
A single coil Dang and call it the Wombat RDA, or a Wombat Squonk, the first kickable squonk.
The first kickable squonk? Okay, all right.
Call it the Wombat.
The Wombat squonk. We have an idea for a V2 on the Dang, but before we do that, I want to do for your single coil, we were going to do this chamber reducer. I have it here. I'll text this over to you so you can see. This is what it was supposed to come with, but we couldn't engineer it in time. And I want you guys to see this. Well, actually, it's only going to be Nick that's going to be able to see it.
You want me to show everybody?
Yeah, you can show everybody. I'm going to airdrop this to myself and I'm going to text it to you. And I really wanted to do this, but we didn't have enough time. It was already a year into the fucking making and I was over it. Okay, here we go. Boom, boom, boom. You show everybody that thing. Ding! You can turn your ringer off.
Everyone knows we're busy right now.
All right, let me email that to me.
Nick's gonna put it on the TV. Alex Sartorius wants to know, how much ink do you have?
All of it.
All
They
of it?
ran out. You can't get any more ink anywhere because I have it all. Dude, I think only thing I have left, I need to finish my back. And then I got like my thighs. That's a sensitive area. I don't think I'm going to touch there. My thighs, and I got one leg, one shin left to do.
Do you have a favorite tattoo?
Yeah, absolutely. This one right here, my cheesy one. The one that says my daughter's name.
Oh,
Look at those legs, guys. Oh.
Don't hurt your back.
I know that actually really hurt. As soon as I extended, I was like, the fuck did I do that for?
All right, let me share this.
Nick just got his first tattoo a few years ago, so.
All right, so can you see this screen, Dwayne?
Yep, it's full screen.
All right, so go ahead and explain to us.
So on the far left, you have basically a chamber reducer. It's got like the holes that are going to align with the 8 holes that are in the barrel on each side and kind of funnel them down towards the coils.
Nice. Okay.
The second option was going to be where it's just all open, and you get that reduced airflow from the holes coming in, but then it opens up where it goes to your coil. And then the third one is like wide fucking open airflow in. So we're going to do these 3.
Oh, hold on.
And then we're going to test them.
They can't see it. Hold on, I got to move it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was wondering because everyone got to see your lovely background on your computer.
At least it wasn't I didn't have any porn pulled up.
Right?
All right, there you go, guys. So this was the first one he was talking about right here, where the channels are.
Yeah, and that's got individual channels that funnel the air down to the airflow. The second one is a little more open, a little more wider. And then the third one is like wide fucking open. So what we do, like in scenarios like this, where we're going to get prototypes made, we like to make different variations of the prototype all in one shot. So that way we can select the best one, like whatever one, and not wait months and months for new revisions. So we do this. We do this when we do like the airflow design on the top caps. We'll design 4 or 5 different top caps and then pick the best one for flavor.
Okay.
This is all CAD done by us. This is all CAD done by Kent. The same. He's a maniac, you guys. Absolute maniac.
Yeah, when it comes to these kinds of things, I just know what I like.
Mm-hmm. So then that would do, I mean, that in essence would probably cover you for a single coil installation or like a dual coil, like Coil Turds RDA for vaping, which by far the best flavor RDA on the market. Fuck Asgard. I don't know what they're talking about. Coil Turds smokes them. But yeah, so in essence, it's we were planning on doing what Coil Turd did with his RDA. He just did it in a different way. He did it with an AFC ring, like you take off the ring and put a new ring on it, reduces it. This was still going to allow you to choke off the AFC and rotate it and align whatever holes you wanted to align on it. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's 9:40, so let's talk about advocacy real quick.
Juice. Favorite part.
Love advocacy. So there's tomorrow, Washington State is having their House Bill 2915 hearing at 1 p.m. So if you're in Washington State, please show up.
Yes.
Our friend Margot Ross will be there.
And she'll be speaking too.
Yes, she will be testifying.
Nice.
So make sure you go over there and say hi. And if you do show up, please be respectful. This is a House hearing, like this isn't your kitchen. So, keep in mind that you're being judged as soon as you walk through the door. The other thing, West Virginia has 3 bills going right now, 3 proposals. One is Senate Bill 735, which would raise the tax up to $1 per mil for vape liquids. So 100 ml bottle goes up $100. Then there's the House Bill 3071, which would double the existing tax to 15 cents a mil. And then they also have House Bill 4764, which would tax vapor products at the same rate as cigarettes. So if you're in the West Virginia area, please make sure you're reaching out to your representatives, your senators, and tell them your story, tell them how vaping has helped you, and tell them how you won't be able to afford these life-saving products if they continue to raise these prices. I mean, 15 cents a mil isn't bad. It's not great. But $1 a mil, that's unaffordable for anyone.
Yeah, my wife and I just had this debate last night on what they should do. And it should be taxed. I feel like it's on the milligram, not on the milliliter.
We've been saying that for years.
Yeah. And she finally understood, like after like, it was seriously, we had a fucking heated debate on this. And I was like, you don't understand. It needs to be on the fucking milligram because you got Juul. That's what the government wants. They want the fucking money off those Juul pods because they know all those little closed pod systems are selling millions and millions and millions of units.
Yeah.
And they're not educated enough to understand that what they're going to do to the big bottle guys, us, the legitimate consumers, like the guys that use open tank systems. Like, you will put me out of vaping if you put $1 a mil tax on that shit,
Yeah.
Absolutely insane, crazy.
And even if y'all can't make it, send emails, make phone calls, but be polite.
Yes, be polite. And then the last thing, the American Heart Association scientific journal just retracted their statement that vaping leads to heart attacks.
Fuck yeah, they did. It's about time. Can't hide from science, can you?
Nope.
So my thing is like, you see all the Facebook ads for lawyers saying, we'll sue if you've had heart problems because of vaping. Well, now, the American Heart Association just said that's not a thing. So, like, you can't really sue anyone. Like, how are these lawsuits going to go through if they just all of a sudden they're like, hey, by the way, that's not a thing?
They're not going to be able to prove it in court. There's no direct tie to it whatsoever. They're not. All these lawsuits are going to be for nothing. They're going to go up against Juul and they're going to come in and just be like, prove that our product was a direct link to this, and all those guys are going to get shot down. But I'm so glad to see that they published that retraction, because honestly, it was so flawed. They were doing it on patients that were smokers. You're testing somebody that's vaping and smoking. Like, let's grab a fucking vapor. Let's grab. What's so hard about fucking grabbing one of us? Like, I even called and volunteered. I was like, dude, you guys, I've been vaping for like 7 years now, and I'm a hardcore vapor. I will volunteer. Let's go see, because I know that I can go run 5 fucking miles. I can do interval sprints, and I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like, and I get my heartbeat up right there. I'm 180, just fuck right there with the athletes when I'm doing this shit. Like, let's see how bad my heart is. Let's see how horrible it is, because I've been vaping for 7 years. So I'm going to go in there and I know you're going to test me. I'm going to be fucking better than people that don't even vape. They're going to look at my charts and be like, oh, Jesus, might be something to this vaping stuff.
Yeah.
But that doesn't fit their agenda.
It saddens me, because like, if you think about everything that's going on with the coronavirus, and we've joked about it before, but PG doesn't grow bacteria.
Mm-hmm.
If this coronavirus starts affecting, the US in large quantities, is it going to affect vapors? I don't think so, because we have enough PG in our system that we're probably not going to get whatever it is that's going around. Like, I rarely get colds.
Yeah, and me too.
I already have a lowered immune system because I have lupus. So being that I have something that would give me, like, I used to get colds all the time, all day, every day. Like, if I went to work, I was probably getting sick, So like, I don't get colds anymore. Every now and then I have had one cold in the last like 3 years.
I'm about to say, I got like, maybe, I can't remember the last time, but maybe one every year and a half, something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's so mild. It just comes and goes. It's so quick. But yeah, I'd like to see that's like studies they should be doing. Like, let's do a study on that and see the direct correlation between vaping and, PG on the immune system and shit like that. Mm-hmm. But the problem is the only way that they get these studies funded, right? You have private people that come in and they go to American Heart Association or whatever doctor they choose that's in the American Heart Association, and they're funding the study, and they go, hey, you guys want this funding? You guys want to do this study? I want to prove that there's something bad in vaping. So these doctors will legitimately do their studies and try everything they can do to fit that agenda. Otherwise, they don't get the funding. That's what a lot of people don't understand is the government funding for these studies is non-existent. Like, dude, you got to get funding from the government to do a study. It's so fucking hard to do. So a lot of it's privately funded. And if I'm going to throw you $5-6 million to do a study for vaping, like I'm going to dictate which way that fucking study is going to go. And unfortunately, the people that are funding this, fucking Bloomberg's fucking money and all these dickheads, they have it out. Their dicks are hard against vaping. They want to prove that, it's bad. And luckily enough, people came to our defense to where, they demanded the retraction on the article, on the publication.
I would love to see 100% unbiased, testing done on vapor products. And,
that's it.
I mean, if it's bad for me, that's fine. But I don't want you to say it's bad for me because you have an issue with vaping. I want you to say it's bad for me because you've done the time to study it.
Yeah, and let us know. Like, is there something else we could be using besides PG, like or VP, or does it at certain temperatures? Does it create ammonia? Like, let's do the study. Let's drop facts, and then let's drop regulations based off of this. Let's limit the wattage on devices or whatever it is to where, it can't get to certain temperatures where it does create, all this gnarly shit starts to break down.
But then at the same time, I am a 35-year-old woman. If I choose to vape, that is my choice. I know that it may not be good for me, but that is my choice. Just like it was my choice to smoke, just like it's my choice to have tattoos, have black hair. Like, these are my choices.
Yeah. Don't
take my choices from me, because before you know it, I mean, I joke about it, but before you know it, they're going to tell me you can't wear that shirt. You can't have those colored walls. Like,
Yep. It's legitimately just the start. It's just the start of them dictating our lives. But they really do. They need to pull their shit together and get some real studies done. And the problem is now is we've had so many bogus studies. Like, what are we going to believe? Now, if something comes out and it legitimately shows us like, hey, if you vape over 150 watts, it creates formaldehyde. Are we going to fucking believe that? Hell no, because you've just thrown us fucking 6 years of shit studies. Yeah. When, at what point are we going to start actually believing you? Yeah. So, yeah, dude. Same thing with CDC and the coronavirus. I watched the whole vaping epidemic thing unfold and how shitty and slow the CDC was on reporting accurate information. I watched the coronavirus and I was like, oh shit, we're all fucked. This shit's gonna fucking spread to everybody before the CDC can fucking wrap their heads around it. Yeah. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I lost a lot of faith in our government and the CDC and Heart Association and all these people that should be respected,
I mean, Stephen Maldonado says they should take away flavored alcohol. I mean, if you're going to be picky about vapor products, then we need to get rid of alcohol. And then we need to get rid of, soda. We need to get rid of cereal. Like, there are so many other things in this. I mean, I have teenage boys. My teenage boys drink Monster like it's water. I don't encourage it. But if you're going to tell me that I can't vape because the nicotine's bad, well, caffeine is the same schedule. It's the same level of addiction as nicotine. So you should also be worrying about the caffeine stuff. Like, that's going to hurt people too.
It also has the same effects on your cardiovascular system too as caffeine. Identical. It mirrors what caffeine does.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, and like people, like Taylor Cage and I were talking about this one day. If we could get the government to understand the effects of nicotine and caffeine on the man's, reproductive system, I bet you it would be a different story. Yeah. Well, I don't know. So one of us needs to hit this mega lottery so we can start funding some studies. I'll volunteer for that. I'll volunteer for hitting the mega lottery and donating a bunch of money.
Don't forget us little guys.
All our dogs.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't that be a trip? Oh, dude, just worth $100 million overnight.
That would be great.
Oh,
Listen, I
dude.
don't want to be a millionaire.
Get fucked with though.
40%.
I don't
You
want to
walk
be
away
a
with 60.
millionaire. I just
Oh,
want to have enough money to be able to pay for my kids, to be able to pay for my animals, you know, to be able to just pay for my life and not have to worry if this is the month that I'm going to have something shut off or,
Mhm.
you know, like it would just be nice to just know that we're good.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, like that's all I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't want to, you know, have 18 different cars. I just want to know that if my kid says, Mom, I want to go to Harvard, we're good. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that I don't know about that one. Geez, Harvard's expensive. Look into those grants.
you know what I mean, though. Like I
know what you mean.
just want to make sure that my family is taken care of, and I'm not looking to be a millionaire. I don't want to be rich. I don't want to have more money than sense. I just want to know that we're good.
Money won't buy you happiness. I guarantee that.
It will buy you a
day,
penguin. And penguin. Have you ever seen someone who owns a penguin that isn't happy?
No, I have not. A sea-doo too. I've never seen a sad person riding a sea-doo. They've all had smiles. Like
I'm just saying. You know,
then you get off that sea-doo and you walk into your house, and at the end of the day, you're still stuck with you. You know, and it doesn't matter what's in the bank account. You're still you. You know.
Yeah. Just saying. Imagine how much happiness you would have if you had a penguin on a sea-doo.
We can make that happen. If you're worth $60 million, you could have a penguin sea-doo farm where you taught penguins how to ride sea-doos. You can hire Elon Musk to come fucking build the Tesla of sea-doos. That way they don't hit each other. You know what I mean? So you keep PETA off your ass. And hey, you guys, everybody come to my fucking sea-doo farm.
Why is it always gonna go back to butts?
No, sea-doos, not butts.
Someone in the comments said keep your butthole tight.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. You definitely want to flex it around those penguins. They got those little beaks. Never know where they can get.
At least they don't have fingers.
Mm-hmm. No, they just have like a whole thing, a whole wing.
Fin?
It's a wing.
Wing?
They just don't fly.
They can fly.
Throw it hard enough. She's Googling right now. I see it.
I don't think so.
Yep. Google it. Seriously.
I'm Googling that shit.
Penguins can fly.
I don't think that's a thing. I feel like you're fucking with me.
I would never do that.
Whatever.
No, it says no. Technically, see, they say technically. So this is where you might get me, but they say technically penguins cannot fly.
They fall gracefully.
But that's technically.
I mean, technically, I could fly, I guess, if I jump from a high enough roof. It's not the fall that kills you; it's the landing every fucking time.
Just the one time you could fly.
Oh my god!
They fly underwater.
Somebody in the chat said I just described their personal heaven. I'm telling you, man.
Well, do you remember the waffle that we did for the little girl with brain cancer?
Yes.
So Alex Sartorius, the guy that made that comment, that's actually the father of the 7-year-old girl.
Oh, really? How is she doing?
From what I know, she's doing okay.
You let us know in the chat. Gosh,
Yeah.
you're so freaking cute. Oh my
For the
god.
waffle, we were able to go actually a little bit above our goal. We were able to do $2,060.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit jealous, but they just got to meet Mark Ruffalo. You know,
The Hulk?
the Hulk.
Really?
Yeah, I'm a little bit jealous that they got to meet him.
Oh, that is so freaking cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he even made a video for Delia, the daughter with cancer.
Really?
Yep.
Damn, how cool is that? Jesus.
Yep. She did have chemo today, Alex said.
We went through something about 2 years ago with my mother-in-law, and she had stage 4, stage 5 breast cancer. So basically, she had a lump on her breast, and she let a year go by without telling anybody about it, and it got so bad to where it basically spread all through her body. The only place it wasn't was her brain. And then, so we put her on, we moved her into our house so she can do the chemo treatment. And I believe at the time she was terminal. There was no coming back. And then my wife, super computer guru, found Rick Simpson oil, RSO. And so we sent her 70-year-old mom through this RSO protocol, which is basically like my house turned into like a weed cooking lab. Like my wife was in the kitchen, like making oils and extractions and had to be this pure form and making capsules and everything. And we took my 70-year-old mother-in-law who was straight as an arrow, like sober dober, doesn't drink, doesn't do anything. And we put her through this for 3 months. We put her through the whole Rick Simpson protocol. And was it about 4 months ago? She went in and there's absolutely no trace of cancer in her body whatsoever.
That's awesome.
So, and I'm the biggest skeptic of them all. But if I didn't watch it happen in my house, and now she's back to work, doing her own thing, just living a normal life. Like there's definitely some power in that, but it was hell on her. It was hell, absolutely hell on her to have to ingest that much THC, that high of level of THC for that long. Like she was, I had to carry her to bed, and like she was not stoked on that. I know it's not an option for a little girl, but for anybody out there who does have, adults that are going through this or know somebody who's going through this, I'm fucking look into it, man.
I mean, and always talk with your doctors before you start doing any kind of medicinal treatments, because it could affect things that you're already using.
Yeah.
Like a lot of people don't realize it, but like if you're taking an antibiotic and you haven't told your doctor that you're on birth control, your antibiotic will not work, or your birth control will not work. Like one of those two will just not work. So you could end up getting pregnant because you had a cold, and it's a silly thing that people don't realize, but you have to make sure that you're talking to your doctor about things that you're taking.
Yeah.
I'm reading Alex's comment real quick here. So he's saying it's going all right. She's having some side effects from the Viscarine, one of her main medications. So she isn't getting right now. We hope that it doesn't end up causing issues. We're giving her glutamine to help combat the side effects. That's amazing. That's awesome, man. And my prayers are with her, dude. That's, talk about life's not fair. That's just one of those things you just don't understand why. You can't grasp why. And to have an amazing dad like go there and go up to bat for you is just, I don't even know what the fuck I would do,
Yeah, and Alex is also a Marine too, and he's been with her for everything.
Yeah. Okay. So he's talking about looking into the THC if chemotherapy doesn't work after this year. And yeah, man, I mean, my wife has the full protocol. So when you guys do, I know you're going to be like, turn into a mad scientist Googling this protocol. So when you finally get everything put together, hit me up, and then I'll send you my wife's information so she can send you the protocol that we used. And like I said, man, she was fucking terminal, dude. It was in her bones, it was in her organs, it was everywhere. And I can't credit 100% the chemotherapy. Like the doctors never thought that chemo would cure her. She was terminal,
What was that treatment called again, Dwayne?
It's called RSO. It's Rick Simpson oil. And it's basically you have to make it your own. There's a lot of stuff on the internet that they'll try to sell, and it's not the potent pure THC, cannabinoids or whatever. Yeah, it's insane as a father. Yeah, you wish you could just take that away from her. 100. Oh, I get that.
Yeah.
Yep, absolutely. And Alex, I'll be praying for you guys, man. I'll be absolutely praying for you.
And we'll try and get another waffle back together again to see if we can help raise some more money.
Oh, absolutely. You let me know. I'm in. Absolutely. 200%. 200%, man. That'll be fun too. That'll be cool.
Yeah, Kent sent up like 26 or 28 RDAs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm
And
gonna hold back. We got some of these custom limited edition OG recoils, and
how pretty those are.
I'm gonna save some of the one-offs, the one-on-ones, because they're only one made of these, and there's some crazy, insane finishes. Palmer powders we just let them. We're just like just you on these 10 RDAs. Be as creative as you want, and he smashed it. So I'm gonna hold back some of those for you guys for the waffle.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And I
that
post that on Instagram, bro. There's people trying to hunt these things down, bro. They were ready to start bidding wars in my DMs for these things. Like, don't put it online. I'll give you $200 for it. I'm like, I cannot be bribed. You cannot bribe me.
man. So
Well, it is after 10 and my son is blowing me up.
yes.
So I have to go deal with my child. I'll be right back.
Oh, well, keep it going if you guys want. Kill this thing.
Yeah.
How long have we been on for?
About 2 hours.
Oh, Lord. Jesus, you guys.
Let me
What a good show.
kill his mic. So it's just us now. It's just the
Oh,
boys.
let's listen to what she has to say. So my buddy showed me there's this trick that you can do with your iPhone if you have AirPods, and there's a little record thing. And so you put your phone down in a room, and if you have your AirPods in, it links to your mic on your phone so you can hear what everybody's saying in the room. So you guys know, just so all my AirPod fans out there, you can be spying. Yeah, you turn into Matlock on people.
Great.
Start eavesdropping. Oh man.
Yeah, we've been having a battle with some kids.
Yeah, parenting, huh?
Yeah, gotta love it.
Oh, it's the best. It's revenge for the way we were when we were younger. That's what I'm saying.
Right. It's like, damn it. You look back at the kids now and you're like, wasn't it the saying your kids are supposed to be half as bad as you or twice as bad as you were at that age? And it's like,
Yeah,
what the
I mean,
fuck did I do?
yeah, I guess. I mean, at least my kids aren't out smoking weed and stealing cars, so gotta be grateful for that. Because we were doing some dumb stuff. I was already smoking weed by the time I was my daughter's age.
Man.
I can't just look at her and I go, I was that little doing that. It's so crazy.
Good times.
I know. Well, I hope you guys get the parenting stuff down. It doesn't come with the handbook, dude.
No, not at all. Not at all. One day everything works out smoothly. That's what I've been told. So I'm still waiting for that.
Yeah, it's my stepson. Well, man, that was really rough with him. And then now we're on the other side where he's got his own job, good girlfriend, like doing amazing, And it's like we went through a really rough patch. Now he's model kid. You're like same person. Like he was up this last weekend. He was up at like 6 a.m. Him and his girlfriend, they're loading up. He bought a razor, one of those Polaris razors.
Nice.
It's 6 a.m, loading this thing up, going riding. And I was like, all right, I did good. I did good at parenting. Okay, because they're up at 6 in the fucking morning. They're gonna go ride, dirt bikes and go ride side by sides. It's like,
Well,
okay, I was
that phone call was just a parenting win. I have to brag about this child of mine because he's an amazing kid. He was calling me to ask me how to fill out a job application because normally he does them online and everything just autofills for him. This one was paper and he wanted to make sure he filled it out correctly.
Go Jason.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Alex, I got three. I have my daughter, who's the youngest, and then my stepson, and then my oldest daughter, who's 22. Believe that? 22. I had her when I was young, when I was 17.
Wow.
I have a 19-year-old.
Yeah, it's a trip, dude. It's a trip. You're just like, she
Jason?
just turned 22. I was like, stop.
Jason is 17, and it hit me the other day. I'm like, I have 10 months until he's an adult, and it just like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? Just and like every now and then, like he was calling me because he wanted to make sure he filled out his job application correctly, and I'm like, my 17-year-old son wants to make sure he's filling out the job application. Like no one calls their mom for that, but for some reason he's a good kid, and I'm okay with it. So
I'm waiting for the day an apartment application comes into this house. I'm gonna be like, yes, oh my God, yes. Leave those dirty ass dishes overnight in your fucking apartment now, okay?
Right?
I get up every morning.
You know what? My son is wonderful as he is. He can't clean his room or shower for some reason.
Or remember to flush the toilet.
Or flush the toilet and like
or lift toilet seats up. Yeah, that's my
wait until you have your own place and you walk in and you're like, why does it smell like I have a dog and I don't have a dog? You know, like,
oh yeah,
why are there rats in my place? Like right now, you know, there's rats in grandma's basement, but you know, grandma lives out in the woods, and you know that's what his excuse is. I'm like, just wait, you're going to get an apartment in the middle of town, and you're going to have rats the size of your cat. And you're not going to understand, like.
yeah, that's all part of growing up. I was there. I went through the bachelor stage for like 6-7 years on my own work. Like when we go camping, the same furniture that was in my living room was brought out when we go camping. Fold out chairs, you know what I mean? Like there was a milk crate with a TV on it. Electricity being on that month, that was a 50-50 shot, you know? It was either like we go drinking or we pay the electricity bill. It's Friday night. Let's go fucking drink. Come on, let's do this. We're doing this shit. Yeah.
Well, it is after 10. Failure to launch is starting soon.
Okay. Right?
No, they started at 10. Oh. So if they haven't already started, they will be shortly. So we should probably head on over there and say hi. So everyone get your drinks, go potty, and get ready for some shenanigans over there.
Thank you, guys.
No problem, man. Thank you for joining us. It's been a blast.
Yeah, you guys are amazing.
Fun.
Yeah. I'm glad we got to touch on a lot of, you know, unique subjects tonight. That was amazing.
It's not your normal vape show.
It shouldn't be.
There's nothing normal about us.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you guys. Well, I'm going to go grab some dinner.
All right. Well, everybody in the YouTube world that's watching still, thank you. Appreciate it. And as always, Dwayne, do you know what our little slogan is on the show?
I know. What's your slogan on the show? Keep it tight?
Nope.
It should be now. Now it should be this.
We end a show, we always say, we love you and we like you.
Well, that's a given. Of course we love and like you. Come on, let's do something new.
And your butt.
Innovative.
We love you and we like you.
Keep your cheeks tight, son.
All right, we'll see you guys.
Thank you guys for watching. Love you guys. Shout out to Alex, dad of this forever.
Definitely shout out.
Love you, brother. Love you, man.
All right.